Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Drivers Room Endurance Championship Season 4, Round 2, Tier 3. I am your host, Kimaru, and we are coming to you today from the Circuit de Saint Croix, and this is Variation C, one of the biggest, I believe. And we are in the Group 3 Beasts today. So let's get on with our grid walk for today. Trying to get these videos pushed out as fast as possible. Starting off in pole, we have JJ Bolding in P1. Starting off in P2, we have Hit the Mac. In 3, we have Mr. Jeep. In 4, we have Bottle Job, Sir Bottle Job. Number 5, we have Tom Nixon. And in number 6, we have Glover Barnett. Number 7, we have Mr. Gilroy. In 8th, we have Mr. Murkoff, aka Thor. In 9th, we have Get Off the Grass, Jason Haldir. In P10, we have Mr. Jamie D in his new and beautiful livery. And in 11th, we have Ricky J. In 12th, we have my junior teammate, Mr. Craig P. And finishing off the pack in the back is Mr. Revs. Right, this is going to be an interesting race. Let's see what the guys have to offer in today's very tough track. All right, starting off very shortly, just waiting for the green lights. And we are off into round 2 of Season 4. Looks like a great start from JJ. Following closely behind is Mac and Tom. Beautiful to see those AMGs still being up there. Oh, and we have a little tail-happy car from Mr. Jeep. And just listen to Sir Bottle Job's Vankel engine. Oh my god, that sounded just... We'll follow the top 3 now in the first lap. Oh, and Tom goes for a little dive into that corner, but JJ managed to save it. The little youngster seems to have this all under control. He's already pulled a little bit of gap, and Tom Nixon goes off into the gravel and is... Oh, he is gonna kick himself for that. I have done that move so many times. I know how he feels right now. And we have Craig all the way in the back. What's happened to Craig? The Jag must not be cooperating with our man today. Following JJ, he has got himself possibly a second gap down to Mac at the moment. JJ is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Moving up the field into Tier 2, possibly for next season. And he will possibly then also be a strong contender for the rest of the guys. Coming over the bridge. This is going to be possibly a 2.5 minute lap, I believe. Maybe even 3 minutes. Looks like everyone's getting on, well, off the bridge in a safely manner. We actually have one guy that revs in the Peugeot. Very unusual to see that car in drag. Not a car that's seen much. And we have Jamie trying to get ahead of Mr. Revs, but just slots in behind. And Craig is all by his lonesome, but as long as he just keeps on pushing it, he could make up some places. Very long track, very long race, very difficult track. Anything and everything will possibly happen as Bottle Job almost bottles it. That Vision RX car is a little bit torque happy when it gets into high revs. Has a tendency to spin a little bit, and he goes off. Bottle Job bottles it. Oh, big understeer. Murr comes in front of him in the mighty Corvette, one of the sexiest cars in the world. And Murr goes off. No, Thor. Oh, he's got himself a little bit of damage for his troubles. Didn't look like he hit the wall that hard, but luckily there's just light damaging instead of the heavy stuff we have in Tier 1. Jammy D still behind revs. Craig is catching up now. And going on to lap 2. JJ is, well, he's gotten himself a big gap down to Mac at the moment. He'll probably be able to run away with this. Looks like Jeep is going for a look. Just tell him, Mac, look at me, here I am. And good to see that mighty Scooby. That actually looks like a GR2 car, to be honest with you. To see that car being out on the track. Scooby is one of my favorite cars in the world. Like the Viper. I don't know what it is about Imprezas, but they are beautiful cars. Going out to Gilroy in the Porsche. Got himself a big gap up to the top 3 and down to the rest of the field. And looks like this is where the action is going to be. And we have Jason up in the 5th, fighting with Ricky in the Guinness. Bottle Job gets himself back ahead of Haldir. And looks like we have Glove Barnett in the beautiful Hyundai. Good to see that car on track as well. He also got him. Wow, Jason must be kicking himself right now. I can imagine a lot of F-bombs at this moment, but could be just waiting his time, biding his time, as I should say, and saying that Ricky goes off right into the guardrail, and I can't find him. As we go back to watch Ricky's little incident, I think he might have gotten a little too far out on the grass. Oh yeah. Wasn't that hard of a crash actually, but it was enough for him to spin. It's very brutal that bridge entry, and we got Craig coming up to Ricky as we speak. Craig makes one position. His team boss will be proud. Well, I should say I am proud. Go Rick, go Craig, go Craig. Coming up with the leaders again. Look at JJ, he's just destroying the field. Is anyone going to be able to do anything about Mr. JJ? If I remember correctly, he won the first... No? Yeah, the first race. I believe he won the first race. So that's good points for him. Mac is still doing his best to stay ahead of Jeep. With these two fighting, it will make it easier for Mr. JJ to get ahead. Oh, and look how understeery that Merc is. He has a lot of weight to drag around on, and yeah, it isn't. It should be a little bit harder on his tires and all that, but it is also a very fast car. A car I switched out after Season 1 of DREC because it brought me some bad luck. It is a beautiful car, one of the sexiest Mercedeses ever made, and I really, truly wish to go back to it at some point in the future. And looks like Max got himself a little bit of gap and breathing room down to Jeep. So let's go down the field and take a look at Gilroy. Gilroy is in his own majesty here. Jason Haldir has got himself back up into 5th. A lot of action in the early laps of the race, guys. 7 minutes driven, and I can already feel my throat starting to dry up. So let's take a little sponsored drink from Pepsi. Ah, that's good stuff. Pepsi Max, the taste is better. Sir Bottle Job still trying to make a dent in Glove Barnett's position. Just listen to the sound of that roaring Mazda engine. And Merc in the heavy Corvette as well. I think that is also a little bit of an understeery car, but it is very good to see it out in the championship. Also a car I've considered in the championship, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Jamie D in 9th. That beautiful livery of his. IQ option, is it? Also created by the skilled and livery god that is Mangino. Has made liveries from for Tichney and Key 25 alike. Ricky is Canny's teammate, and I believe Canny has sit this race out. Maybe he was in Tier 2. I don't really remember at the moment. Mr. Tom Nixon in 11th. Trying to get that Merc around the track. And we have Revs trying to make a move on Mr. Craig. Can Craig's rabbit stay away from his cables? And I mean his power cables. That Jag has a lot of grunt down the straight. I think, yeah, Craig is able to defend himself right now. Will Revs go for a move on the inside of the next corner? Or, yeah, he does. Will he be able to keep? No! That was a little too ambitious for Mr. Revs. Now he has a lot of work to do again to get back up to Craig. Come on, teammate. Go, go, go. JJ has extended his gap. And Mac looks like he's got this under. Whoa, as I say that, the commentary curse strikes again. He almost smacks it right into the wall. Or as the voice of the driver's room would say, twatted into the wall. But it was just barely that he avoided it. Jeep in 3rd, still trying to stick in Max slipstream. Jason up into 4th. He is having one hell of a drive today. Mr. Bottle Job. Looks like the field is starting to spread out a little bit at the moment. Revs has gotten himself ahead of Craig. What's happened to Craig? Oh, I think Craig twatted into the wall. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, and Craig, wow, as we say that, he twats into... Oh, no! Come on, Craig. You can do this. Still a long race to go. As we return to JJ, going down the back straight of St. Croix, or St. Croix, as I say it. I can't say it like the Frenchies do. St. Croix? No, that just sounds weird to me. We have Mac still ahead of Jeep. Jeep is just outside his, or maybe his. Let's go for a line timing and take a look. Jeep is just outside the slipstream range. And Jeep has used a little bit more of his tires than Mac has. Oh, and I said, oh, yeah, he manages to keep the car planted straight forward. And looks like the tire wear is starting to kick off now on most of the cars. St. Croix is especially hard on the tires. No matter what class you drive in, this car is a tire killer. As we say that, Balding has gone into the pits for his first pit stop. The same with Mac. Jeep has decided to stay out for one more lap. Could be a gamble, could be that he wishes to extend his pit stop to maybe 2 pit stops, maybe 3, while the other guys might go for a few more. And it looks like most of the field now has been into the pits. As we say that, Merc goes on the inside into turn 2, I believe. Wow! With some almost drift action going on there. Wow, and Merc is actually on worn tires. Will Haldir go for a move in the inside of next corner? Oh, this is gonna be close. Who has the best grunt out of? No. Merc manages to stick that, and saying that, Jason is under attack from Mr. Bottle Job. Amazing stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and Jason gets onto the gravel. I can hear him now. Get off the gravel. Well, it doesn't have the same ring as get off the grass. Jammy D. Ricky now being challenged by Mr. What was that? Someone's gone off. I think Glove Barnett might have gone off somewhere. Maybe not. Oh, lots of tire screeching. And Ricky, the same as the Jeep, has stayed out on his worn tires. Tires aren't looking that bad. If you can keep it into the pits, you should be good. Revs has gotten himself back up into 11th, so might be pushing the car as far as he can, and he is still out on his first set of tires. Gilroy has been into the pits. He's now dropped down to 12th with Craig. He's also, I think he's been into the pits for a couple of laps ago. And his tires are not looking good. The Jag seems to eat tires quite a bit. And from what I've heard from him, it is not a very enjoyable car for him to drive. So he might be looking to switch that car out for next season. Coming back to the race at lap number 8. JJ still in the lead. Mac in second. He's got himself a good gap down to Jeep. His extended stint didn't do him any favors, as it would seem. Mr. Balljob in fourth. Oh, and look at that! Even with traction control, that car just kicks out his ass. A demon in disguise, that's for sure. Mr. Halder in fifth, doing good tonight. Even with his little trip out to the gravel earlier. Mr. Barnett. The Hyundai is a beautiful car to drive. Been driving it in Plux the Ducks series that has been put on hold for the moment. The Drivers Room Asian Super Saloon series. I hope we can return to that series at some point in the future. The series kind of died off in the summertime, so let's hope more people can come together in the winter times and do some more Tuesday driving with Plux and Co. Mr. Tom Nixon is starting to catch up to Ms. Barnett. Jammy D. I wish I had some background information about that little Beamer, but I have never driven it in this series or much ever. So, oh, look at Jammy. Car's getting tail happy. I think his prime of his tires are starting to die off a little bit, as we have Merc right in the back, ready to pounce. Maybe, no. Oh, look at how close it is. We're going on board with Merc now to see if he can pounce on Jammy down the straight, and it looks like Jammy has the better exit. Merc going for a move. Covers the inside. And that is Murkoff up into 8th place. Are we going to see a repeat this race like we had in Kyoto with Jammy and Merc fighting for most of the race? Murkoff has a few laps better tires than Jammy at the moment. Jammy must be feeling the tire wear kick in. Not able to take the corners at a higher, just as high speed as Merc does. Jason Holder has gone into the pits. Same with Glow Barnett and Mr. Tom Nixon. They're all filling up as we are halfway through the race. Checking out with Craig. He is still alone after his little spin, and oh, looks like he's really struggling in the mighty Jag. It is a beautiful and very mean-looking machine, that. Oh, and oh, the commentator's curse strikes again. No. Oh, this is really not a good race for for Craig. I can imagine There being a lot of F-bombs as we speak. JJ still has been untouchable in this race. I wonder if anyone's going to be able to do anything about this man. Mr. Hit the Mac having a great race. I think he still would like to fight for first, but I believe JJ might have this one covered. But still 30 minutes left, anything can happen. JJ can spin and Mac can take the lead. So anything can happen in a 1 hour endurance race, and we also have the fatigue to think of for the racers when we reach the end. Great panning shot for Jeep. Here we have Mr. Bottle Job in action. Oh, it looks like Jason has gotten in on the action. He has Jammy in his sights, and he is hungry, bloodthirsty, and JJ into the pits with 19% fuel left. Take a look on board from Jason. Goes for a late lunge, but it isn't enough. Or is it? No, Jammy manages to keep the car ahead of Jason. I think we'll follow these two for... Oh! Jammy's lost it, and seeing that, Halder gets on the grass, the same with Merck. A few meters up, and he's running low on fuel. Get off the grass, Jason! Oh no! I just can imagine him screaming this like crazy now. Oh. But he has fresh tires, he should be able to keep... Oh, and Merck has gone off! Oh no! Right before the pits as well! Let's have a look back at what happened with Murkoff, or Thor. Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Gran Turismo, or Polyphony. Invisible walls just turning Merck's car around, that's silly. Oh, Merck has lost a lot on that. Jammy takes the opportunity to pit as well, and it looks like, yeah, Jason got out right ahead. Maybe Jason went into the pits as well. Oh, and Barnett pushing the car. Even with traction control, his car gets a little slidey on the back end, but nothing that these drivers can't handle. Merck now must be kicking himself for what he did. His tires weren't honestly that bad, so he should have been able to take the corner, but as we all know, the American cars sadly aren't built for cornering on such technical corners. I think, I'm not an expert, so I'm just speculating. I'm talking with myself. That's all I do basically in this, so I apologize. And I think we lost Craig. Craig has been forced to abandon this race. His mechanics told him to get his butt into the pits, box, and retire the car. Too much suspension damage on Craig's Jag, so let's hope they can fix it for the future round of the next GR3 race. Revs and Gilroy in the back. And one man we have barely seen anything to, or, Mr. Balding has been into the pits, gotten some new fuel, gotten some new tires, and looks like he's got this one in the bag. Still 25-ish minutes to go. All right, coming up on lap 12, we return with Bottle Job as he is alone on track right now, and a long way up to Jeep, long way down to Tom Nixon. Tom Nixon has gotten himself up into 5th in the AMG. Mr. Halder still in 6th, so he's despite his two spins earlier in the race, he's still keeping in there, and he's still in a good position to make points. As we see Mr. Barnett in the picture, Jamie D also struggling perhaps a little bit on this track. I think that Beamer might be a bit heavy. Merck, Thor will release the hammer if he doesn't get his way. So watch out for Mjolnir. It will destroy everything. Haha. Ricky J still sticking in there in 10th. Oh, look at Revs' tires. Oh, looks like that car chews on its right rear tire. This is an MR car, mid-engine rear-wheel drive car, and I think it is a bit too heavy on its back tires, but stick in there, and you might be able to do some more. Mac in 2nd, looks like he has got this position covered for the moment. Coming up at the end of lap 14, we have Jamie in 8th place. Murkoff in the back straight now in 9th. Looks like, yeah, they've both been into the pits. Ricky J trying to see if he can catch up to these boys. And Revs has finally been into the pits as well, probably at the start of lap 14, end of lap 13. I think we lost Gilroy. Balding, a man no one can touch. Jeep is doing good to stick in 3rd. Bottle Job has had a little wonky start. Oh, and okay. Looks like the car was just sliding a bit there more than he actually did. Tom Nixon trying to make up some time. He's got Crazy Halder behind. Might be able to make a move. We have 9 minutes remaining of this wonderful race at Circuit St. Croix. Barnett in the Hyundai. Jamie D. Let's do this. We are going to go half a lap with JJ on board. Oh, and I think it's the first time JJ's ever made a bit of a mistake. Maybe a little bit unfocused. Slams into the same wall that Ricky hit in the early stages. But he is very far ahead of Max, so it shouldn't affect him too much. Maybe he's a little bit unfocused right now. And we have Jeep coming over to the bridge. Jason is in fifth, just ahead of Tom. I think Tom was behind Jason half a lap ago. Barnett has been off into the wall somewhere, collected himself a little penalty for his troubles. As I said, previous race, Gran Turismo, the real penalty simulator. So let's just hope Kazanori and Polyphony can fine-tune and tweak this system before the release of Gran Turismo 7. I think Jamie would have driven a little bit better if he'd been down to the pub, gotten a beer. Maybe he would be more prepared. And Murkoff is under a bit of attack from Ricky, but Murkoff should technically be fine. He has better tires, and I don't think any of these guys are going into the pits anytime soon. Let's take a look at the lap times from the guys. Doesn't say who has the fastest lap time at the moment. We will go to the live timing. Of course, JJ is the pole setter here with a 3:26.569, and he is 16.5 seconds ahead of Mac. And there's a big gap down to everyone. let's follow Murkoff as he is starting to get under attack from Ricky. Ricky usually drives the pink cars around on track. I don't know the specifics. I think the Mazda is a little bit better in the turns than that heavy Corvette. So even with worn tires, I think Ricky might be able to make a move on our Asgardian god. Ricky hasn't been able to do anything yet. Take a look at Jason Holder. That was apparently one car too much. And Tom Nixon's tires are really starting to die off. And Barnett's tires aren't that much better, to be honest with you. A little bit, but I think Tom has possibly driven those tires to the very maximum of their lifetime. And Jamie is nearing bingo fuel, but he might not. Yeah, he doesn't need any more fuel. This is the last lap anyway. Murkoff is still ahead of Ricky. Looks like he's gotten himself a better gap down to Ricky at the moment. Maybe pushing a little bit too much. Oh no! And he claims that was not Ricky's fault. Ricky shouldn't be waiting for that. Guys, just go. Go, 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 go. If Merc wanted to pass you, he would, but that was not your fault. He came back on track the very wrong way. So we're coming back now. There was no point for Ricky to really brake and wait for Merc. That's why Merc didn't pass. And we have our top three guys. They have finished the race. JJ in first, Hit the Mac in second, Jeep in third. And let's go back to the battle between Ricky and Merc. Where's Revs on track? There he is. He's running low on fuel. And it looks like Ricky is defending hard now. He realizes that this position might be his. But the oomph of that Corvette should be a little better down the straight. And he is ahead of Ricky. Ricky's running bottom on the fuel right now. Really trying to keep up, but I think he just has a sliver of fuel left in the tank. Maybe it's enough to get him over the finish line. As we see, Jason has gone over, Tom has gone over, Glove, Barnett will go over in seventh. Jamie has spun it in the second to last corner, but he's still secure. He has enough fuel to get over the line. Merc is still in ninth, so he didn't lose that much. Ricky in 10th. Hopefully the fuel will last him over the line. There we have it. 9th and 10th belong to Merc and Ricky. Revs finishing off the field in the back, and we will follow this man in what has been a very difficult race for him in the Peugeot. I'd just like to thank everyone for watching, and come back next week for round 3, and we will see each other then. Thank you all, and this is Kimaru signing off.